Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Okami. Last time, we explored some of Shinshu Field, got a new brush ability, Cherry Bomb, and today, we're gonna explore some more of it. What we're heading towards right now is a Devil Gate. It's essentially... okay, what do I call it? I guess a gauntlet of enemies. It won't generally have new enemies. Actually, I don't think there's a single Devil Gate, in the game that has a single new enemy. It's just a gauntlet of old enemies we fought. You can get a ton of demon fangs, a ton of yen, and in general, it'll restore a bit of nature or a bit of land, and you'll receive some praise. You can get some pretty high praise from it, or you can just get like 30, sometimes 20, 10. The amounts vary depending on obviously the amount of nature, I suppose, restored. You can probably guess that. But here we're fighting some items. We know how to defeat these. You just get them to pull out their banjo. I'm just gonna call it banjo. That seems to fit these. And power slash them, and they're full of finishes. Power slash. We all know that. Yellow imps. There is a trick to defeating them. I haven't really mentioned it. That'll be mentioned in the next part. And speaking of the next part, you may notice my yen is probably not the same as what it was in the last part. In the original recording, I didn't even know this was possible for the pause for some reason. It dropped a ton of frames, like an entire minute of frames. So that got a little bit messed up. The thing is, that is the only video that I recorded at that time that got entirely screwed up because of these frame drops. Every other video, yeah, it got a little bit screwed up. Mainly one, a bit of Twilight Princess near Snow Peak for my Windshine channel. That will always be linked in the description and at the end of videos and on my channel, and you should check it out because it should be fun. But either way, that got a little bit screwed up, but nothing I can't either catch up on really easily or just explain through text or my commentary or something. But part 7 of Okami, the original recording, got entirely screwed over. But anyway, we're talking to this merchant right now. He tells you can sell some of your stuff, mainly the stuff you don't need. But you can sell the stuff you technically could use. Mainly vases, pots, any statues or figurines you find, and I think we'll see some here. Maybe? No? I guess I don't sell anything throughout this entire playthrough. Whatever. I guess I really don't. But we're heading back to Kamiki this episode eventually. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going to get a stray bead. No, I'm not. I'm going to feed the bunnies. And I'm not cutting it. I'm a good editor. Oh, man. 8 bunny praise. Oh, my God. I don't even get the stray bead. Anyway. See, I didn't even know that was possible for a Hapage. I'm pretty sure, though, it was the software, not the hardware of the Hapage that screwed it up. Although, I only thought it was like possible with the Dazzle, because the only other capture card I had was a Diamond, I think VC 500, something like that. That never dropped a single frame on me. And until that recording, Hapage really never dropped a frame. Like, the recording would always, in some cases, lag behind, but it never dropped a frame, so I never worried about it, because once I saw it doing it the first time, I stopped the recording and checked, and nothing was happening in the video. It was perfectly fine, so I assumed, oh, it's just being dumb. That's great. And then it turns into a Dazzle and starts dropping frames all over the place. I don't get why. I don't get why anything would really lag. I guess because it's trying to... I guess it has to render all the hardware, all the video to your computer, and if it's like using a lot of layers or particle effects or what have you, it can be a bit taxing on the capture card. But I thought that, like, this is being rendered like 1080i because that's the max composer cables can do. Composite, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's the max the Hapage is supposed to render. It can't render 1080p at all. It can render bunnies. Can't render me cutting the footage out. So good at this thing. I do it a lot, and I'm really good at it. I've been doing it for a while. Anyway. Yeah, I didn't think that was possible. So that was bad. Other bad things that have happened. My 3DS broke. I don't know why. I've been having issues with it for a while. I think an issue everyone has eventually is the L and R buttons, or both, start to wear away and you can't, like, they aren't as responsive. Nintendo's horrible at designing L and R buttons. Like, the way they design them is really easy for dust and other things to get under them and just ruin them. But where the hell am I going? Hold up. And the way Sony designs them, I don't like the whole like weird plastic glassy feel that they have on like the PSP, PS Vita. I don't know how to describe it, but it's weird. But I like the way that they're designed and that they don't break all the time. So, you know, the L button basically completely broke, so luckily the only game that's used in is like, well, I guess Ocarina of Time 3D, Kid Icarus Uprising, but I had Fire Emblem Awakening and it wasn't largely used, so I didn't really mind all that much, although I did want to get it fixed. But a while before that, the motherboard had an issue where, and it still has it I suppose, where the camera function would crash the system. It just wouldn't work. And that sucked, kind of, although I didn't really care. Although when Chibi Robo Photo Finder came out, that really annoyed me, because I kind of want Chibi Robo Photo Finder. But I can't have it at all now, because my 3DS just stopped displaying images. And I'm going to suppose that's because the motherboard died. You're supposed to check out all the areas, you know, in this playthrough I did just to catch up. I didn't explore those 3 areas, but Easton will tell you you should check them out, and you don't have to. You don't have to explore any area. You can just head in Kamiki if you really want to, even though Easton said you should. You can just say maybe later, and you can go do your date, apparently, as Easton says. But anyway, we're heading back into Kamiki, and we got a little festival going on of sorts. Remember this music for well, much later, mainly end game, but trust me, you'll want to remember it because it's a really good melody, I suppose. Really good. I love this track. This track is I believe on the official soundtrack called Cherry Blossom Storm or something similar to that. I don't particularly remember the names. I don't own the official Okami soundtrack. There's an official Okami art book as well, but guess what? Only in Japan, unfortunately. And you know, I never understood this about soundtracks. Why are they like more expensive than the game sometimes? Because the game is the soundtrack and the visuals and the programming. Why is it the same price or more? Like half of the game price, maybe a fourth or so. I can understand that, like 20 bucks for a soundtrack. I'd pay that. That makes sense because it's it's part of the game. Maybe it's upgraded a little bit, so I'd accept like $20 $20. Like the Sonic Color soundtrack, Vivid Colors X, whatever else it is, I don't particularly remember. It's only $10 on iTunes. And what is like, why was this Super Mario 3D World soundtrack only released in Japan? Why can't Nintendo? And Game Freak is doing this now with the Pokemon soundtracks, I know. Why don't they just release it on iTunes? I know, because, normally there's the whole, we gotta make these discs and these booklets, and, we don't want to do that. Just put it on iTunes. I'd buy it. If you give me a legal way to get your soundtrack and bloom your fucking trees, I'll do it. I'm not gonna, until then, I'm going to either download them off of YouTube, or I'm going to torrent it, because that's, other than importing it from Japan for a very expensive price, or not having a soundtrack at all, that is my only option. And blooming this tree is a pretty good option too. There we go. As soon as I mention it in post-commentating form, then it happens. So in the next recording, I do have 6 ink. I don't have it yet, but I think I upgrade it right now. Probably. I don't remember. Upgrade it soon. So I do have, the important stuff like ink and health are the exact same as what they are in the next recording. My yen is different probably, and my praise is probably a different level. But, everything important that really, really matters, that really, really stands out, is exactly the same. I don't have any more weapons or what have you. I don't know how I would, because you can't buy any more weapons or find any more at this point in the game, or you're stuck with Divine Retribution. You know what I mean. I don't get anything I don't have. I don't know why I'm sitting here so long. It's turning to nighttime. It's so long, and I'm sitting here for no specific reason. And I'm running out of things to say. But the trees are swinging in the wind, the black wind. And also, oh, okay, I was going to say, I was trying to bloom the tree, but I drew the sun. No, but I've got my ink. Except I can't because I don't have enough paint. I'm a smart person. Very smart. But anyway, I didn't really explain. This is a sort of festival of sorts. We are trying to revive Konohana, which is Sakuya's tree. And to do that, we must bloom all 14 trees. I believe it's 14. It's probably 14. I think it's 15, actually. It's one of the two in Kamiki. So that Mr. Orange up here can help revive Konohana with his dance. And that little jingle right there signifies that you've gotten every single tree in Kamiki bloomed. At last, the answer to all my prayers. All the village's trees have sprung back to life. It's time to harness the power that dwells within the good earth. Yes, it's time for the Konohana Shuffle. I shall summon back the spirits of that divine tree, Konohana. First, I must break my vow of temperance. I shall gingerly sip the sake, and soon we shall see blossoms sink into a gingerly. Guys, watch. Watch him learn. Watch as he gingerly sips the sake. Watch as he gets drunk. Watch as he throws the thing away. Watch as the orange goes to magnificent sight! Hey, Gramps, you okay? You got a real weird look in your face. Eyes. Face eyes. Snowball! Knee suit! What you're about to see is the stuff of legends! That was cancelled, dude. Alright, okay, this is one. Going back to kiss one. Behold the secret of secrets! I gave you the Konohana Shuffle! So this little minigame, he's this old man with an orange on his head is just back to normal signs. That's really weird. He's gonna dance, which is, you know, pretty magnificent in itself. He's got a pretty fancy, snazzy dance. I think that's the first time in my entire life I've ever said the word snazzy. And at a certain point, you'll have to completely. The noise he made. Uni. Awesome. You're supposed to not fail like me, not be a complete failure, and you're supposed to bloom all the blossoms along Konohana. So he won't give up. He shall keep dancing until Konohana blossoms. And I expect that. So the secret of secrets, the Konohana Shuffle. We'll see something similar to this later on, but no more spoilers, no more tempting fate. I don't know what I'm tempting fate with, but damn it, I'm doing it. So let's not fail this time. Let's actually bloom what we're supposed to bloom. And watch this just spectacular, magnificent dance by Mr. Orange here. I don't know what else to say. We're blooming a tree, guys. Usually I have a ton of problems with this, ton of trouble. And a little tip I have to give, I guess, is even though I'm really bad at doing it, and overall it's finicky sometimes, try to start your brush stroke on the vegetation itself, the tree here, and then draw a circle around it, and then I think you have a higher chance of it working. I think another thing that drops the chance your brush stroke will work, at least for bloom, is if Ami is in the circle or not. I'm not sure about that, but I've heard many different people, specifically for the Wii version, try to give tips on how to make things work better. Because like I mentioned, this is not the best port in history. It's the port I've played the most because it's the only copy of the game I have, but it's not a bad port, but it's the worst of the versions. You know, if I was going to suggest a version, it would not be the Wii version. It would be the HD version on the PS3. But regardless, and then the PS2 version actually, because motion control is horrible most of the time. Anyway, Konohana is restored, it's all blossomed up, and Sakuya is back. Sakuya? You're alive! And you, look very nice. Little bug friend, I see you're full of spunk as always. I also owe this elderly gentleman my deepest thanks. What bravery! Mere words cannot express the depth of my gratitude. Thanks to you all, I have been restored and re-energized. Of course, the one who deserves my thanks and respect the most is none other than the glorious god Amaterasu. Praise be to you. And much like, what else did we do? I guess, I don't remember what else we did to do this, but for doing a plot recording thing, we get 50 praise, which is just enough to upgrade our ink. What do you know? I cannot guarantee that it will mean salvation for all of Nippon. But if you restore the guardian saplings spread about the land, you too will benefit from the power that results. So what she means here is that the more, as you restore more guardian saplings around Nippon, more treasure will actually appear on Konohana that you can cut down and sell or use for your pleasure or what have you. That's not the right word. That's not a good word. Never use that word, kids. If you do, I don't know. I'll yell at you a little bit and then let you off the hook. Which, like, let you off the. By that I mean I'm gonna fish you. I'm gonna fish you, both metaphorically and literally. I'm going to find a fish. I'm not gonna like actually use a fishing pole to fish it up. I'm gonna get a fish. I'm gonna use the fishing pole to catch you. I'm gonna catch you. Like I said earlier, also, I'm really bad at drawing. And then I'm gonna hit you with a fish, and then I'm gonna yell at you, and then I'm gonna have the fish yell at you, and then you'll be okay. Then I think you've learned your lesson. Anyway, new brush power. Sort of. It's part of the Hanagami trio, as we can see from the monkey. Amaterasu, origin of all that is good and mother to us all. Long have I hidden myself here among the nature of Kamiki, but the time has come for I, Hasugami, proud member of the Hanagami trio of floor gods, to reveal myself. May my power be of assistance on your grave quest. So, he gives us the power of Lilypad. Lily? I think it's called Lilypad. One, two. Probably Lilypad, because it allows you, if you can guess from the name, to make lily pads on the water. As Isun's going to explain here. Holy smokes, that is Hasugami. With the water lily power, you can create lily pads on the water. I think I said the exact same words. You can use them to cross any body of water. As long as there's nothing. Let's try it out. Come on, this way, Ami. And this brings us to our first required... No, I don't know. I don't know if it's first required treasure. Why don't you create some lily pads here? Make them like stepping stones all the way to the island. The water lily brush technique creates a lily pad on the water. All you gotta do is draw circles on the water. Come on, Furball. Let me see what corners with that brush of yours. So yeah, it's basically like Bloom but on the water. It just creates a lily pad that you can walk on or jump on or do whatever you please with. I'm not gonna say the thing I said earlier, you know. Do it with your blah blah. That sounds even worse. I don't care. Hey! Wipe that smoke off your face, Furball. At least you don't have to worry about getting wet anymore. I know. Now that you have this new power, let's use it to travel a bit further outside the village. I know there's a waterway for a ferry that went out the bit. Bleh. I'm bad at talking. I shouldn't be a commentator, but I am. Our little Sakuya is back to her old peppy self, but there are still lots of guardian saplings that haven't been blossomed. This shot, I don't get this shot. You can look. Ami looks up here, and there's this, shot of Konohana. You look up there with the camera, you can't see it. It's not there. I guess it's save on, polygons and textures, but it's so weird and kind of jarring that it's just not there. But either way, that ends off this part of Okami. We got some stuff done. The commentary is really bad. Overall, though, we did stuff. And bye. That was a really, really bad outro. Hopefully the next one will be better. I don't remember if it's good or not. We'll see. Guess you gotta watch the next video to find out. It'll be linked at the end eventually. Bye, everyone. Very mellow ending.